Before I do anything, I get a pot and I actually fill it with my vegetable oil so that that's on heating, because this recipe is that quick that by the time the oil's heated up, your squid's pretty much ready to fry off. So fill up with the vegetable oil. I'm going to probably top it up with just a little bit more and get it on the heat, high heat, but not smoking hot. Just some more in. A bit more depth. Then before we get on to cutting the squid, we're going to weigh out and mix up the batter. So all this is going to be is 100 grams of plain flour. There we go. Some fine salt, cracked black pepper. If you don't want the flecks of black pepper, feel free to use white pepper. Either is absolutely fine. We just want to get some seasoning in the batter. And then I want you to grate the zest of the lemon that we're going to juice for the aioli into the batter. So the whole lemon. Quite a simple recipe, so just a couple of ingredients, but the lemon really sings through. And give that a wee mix up. And then we're going to cut the calamari ready to be dressed. Now I don't use eggs in this recipe because I retain some of the liquid when defrosting. So I'm going to actually cut this without drying it off so it's still damp, so there is a little bit for it to stick to, the flour, the coating to stick to. So remove a lot of the ice, it's not a lot of it, but as you can see there is just a bit of liquid to keep that damp. Alright, so getting on to cutting this. Then we'll coat it in the flour and it'll be ready for the frying. That easy. So I'm just going to set my little station up. So calamari here. I've got my flour just here. And all I'm going to do is take this. I just trim off the ends because that will be quite thin. And the top like that. And then I just cut into the rings. And I want you to do that with all three. As soon as you finish one, just make sure they're broken up, make sure they're separate, like that, and toss them in the flour. Now I've done that in a matter of a couple of minutes, and all you're going to do is toss the calamari through the flour. You can use your hands, I'm just using a spoon. Make sure they kind of open up a little bit and get the coating in the middle as well. And that is us pretty much ready. So if your oil still isn't hot enough, we can go on to the aioli. If it is, we'll get on to the frying. And just to note, this is the best calamari I've worked with so far. I was saying that to Jonathan. So this from Bernard Corrigan, really nice and thick. So when you cook it properly, not chewy, not tough, not too thin. It is honestly perfect. So I definitely recommend it. So for this portion, I think 80 grams of mayo for the aioli is enough. So I'm just going to measure out the 80 grams. Bang on, there we go. From your juiced lemon, I've added it into here. Add 2 teaspoons of your lemon juice. I then think no aioli or dip is complete, like tartare almost, without your fresh parsley. You can miss this out. You can even put some like garlic puree through it if you want. I just like the lemon to come through, so I finely chop a little handful of parsley and then add that in. I'm also going to add a little bit of black pepper in just for taste. I don't add salt because I've added salt into the batter of the calamari. You can do it if you want. What I would recommend you do is cook your calamari, taste it with the dip, and if you think it needs a bit more salt, add it. Don't add it prematurely. Penny frying before we start it. Plate with kitchen roll, slotted spoon to the ready. Now we're going to fry the calamari. So oil is ready. I'm not going to fry it all in one go because it can reduce the heat of the oil. I'm going to do it in 2 batches. So I'm just going to grab your calamari and drop it in. Alexa, start a timer for 2.5 minutes.
2 minutes and 30 seconds. Starting now, by the way, you have 1 new notification.
That is all you need, 2.5 minutes. Do not do it longer. If it is max, maybe 3. And at 2.5 minutes, we're going to take it out. And on the kitchen paper to start drying off. Alexa, stop timer.